Okay, welcome back to Make Your Locos How-Tos. Today I want to show you how to diagnose an AC compressor, AC system house unit that is not turning on. On this one, it was the fan wasn't turning on at first, and the compressor was, and then later down the line, actually the compressor and the fan was not turning on, so it was a dead unit. Now contactors on these are pretty common, and that would make sense for the fan and the compressor not coming on, but like I said at first, it was only the fan not coming on. The compressor came on just fine, and they both share the same contactor unit on there. So what I'm going to do now is show you exactly what the symptoms were, and show you how they look on here and what to check if yours is presenting this kind of problem to you. Now the way these work, both the compressor and the fan require a boost compressor like this one to get them started and going. Without that, they will either not turn on or only turn on when they're helped, and I'll show you how that looks here in a second. Now some systems, they have a fan capacitor and a compressor capacitor, whereas this one has a dual capacitor set up, so it's just one capacitor and it does both of them on there. Now at first the compressor was coming on, but the fan was not coming on. That's when the capacitor was initially failing on there. It couldn't provide enough boost to both of them to get them both going on there. So compressor would be on and the fan would be off, not spinning at all. What I was able to do was give it a little push like this, and then would fire up. Therefore the compressor was on, the fan was on, and the AC worked. Everything was gravy. So that right there told you that they're not coming on for a reason, but they obviously still work, and the fan was not binding up in there causing any issues. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put you on top of the AC unit so you can see exactly what I mean, how it sounds. Now this one, the capacitor is so far gone, the compressor's not even coming on no more. So we can still show you exactly what I did to test the fan motor in there to make sure that was working though. So we'll put you down in here, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and put the power from the unit here back into it so it comes on, and you'll hear the compressor initially, and then I'm going to help this fan blade and you'll see it all turn on. So let's listen for it. That's the compressor trying to come on, and here's the fan not coming on. I help it a little bit, and it works just fine. Now before, when the compressor was coming on, it of course had no fan to cool it off, so it just thermally shut off. And I come out here and I hear a slight hum from the motor unit on top of the fan here. And also, I had an infrared gun, so I was able to shoot a couple spots inside of here and see what was overheating, if anything. What I noticed is that the fan housing right here, the motor housing for the fan, was humming a little bit, and it was awfully warm. You put your hand here and it would get really hot, and I shot it with the gun inside of here, the infrared gun, and it was over 200 degrees and wasn't moving at all. So I thought the fan was locked up until I spun it like that, and I was able to verify that the fan physically worked in there once it had a little help. And that kind of eliminates the fan and a lot of other things without ever pulling out a multimeter to test anything. Okay, now with your power off inside from your circuit breaker, and of course your disconnect box there disconnected just to make sure, what you can do is come over to the side of your AC unit, and there's going to be an access cover like this with a data plate on it and stuff like that. Take that off of there, and it should expose at least your capacitor and your contactor right here. Now the other telltale sign the capacitor has failed without doing any kind of testing of the capacitor for the farad reading, anything like that, is to do a good visual inspection. Most of the time they'll puff just like any other capacitor, and it'll be very obvious. This one right here, you can see it right here, how it's all puffed on the one side. Okay, whereas this other side's fine. Okay, and this side's just puffing out big time. Now also, if it's not this bad, what you can look for is these terminals that are coming out of here. They should not be going out to the sides. They should be going straight up, like this one. You see the top of the capacitor there is perfectly flat, and the terminals are going straight up and out. Whereas you can see these on the other side, where it's not so badly puffed, they're going out at an angle. It should be coming straight up. So look for that also, but this is a dead giveaway that the unit and the capacitor has failed on there. So in the future, I'll have a video on how to change capacitor out on one of these, and how to look up the right one, make sure you get the right one, and how to do it safely.